welcome to the Niff Knits YouTube channel. My name's Jen and this is where I talk about my knitting projects and yarny goodness. So today I've got a finished object, yes, and a couple of whips and some little bits and bobs to show you. So first of all, last episode I talked about my Santa baby sweater and the drama I was having when I came to block it, and that stirred up some feelings. I had a lot of comments and a lot of opinions here on YouTube and over on Instagram. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, the details are below. And yeah, it ruffled some feathers. Who knew? I first and foremost want to say that the reason that I have never kind of come across the issues regarding blocking that I mentioned last time is because I've never knit anything yet that I've actually worn. So the fact that, you know, a lot of people are saying, well, hang on a minute, how do you wear your knits? Do you not wash them? What, you know, when you wear them you need to wash them, and surely you've had the same issue. No, because I've never worn anything that I've knit, and that is something that I really want to work on this year, making stuff that I'm actually going to wear so it's not like a false economy and kind of a waste of time. However, with that, I have properly blocked something for the first time, which was my Santa baby, and came across a few things I didn't like, and basically, yeah, that's what I spoke about last episode. Now I've had to think, and I'm gonna have to do a bit of experimenting because I really don't like the smell of wet sheep, like really don't, and it's kind of part and parcel. So first things first, I'm gonna wait till spring and summer. Nothing is getting blocked until I can put it outside. So that's number one. Number two is also absolute genius idea that came from my friend Morgan, who's on Instagram, and she was like, steam block. I was like, yes, of course, steam block. So I looked into it a little bit, and just in case you're not aware, steam blocking doesn't actually change your gauge too much in terms of once the item's knit, or the proportions of when it's knit up versus how it's going to be once it's blocked. Does that even make sense? So basically, I think it's something along the lines of wet blocking causes a larger change in the stitch size than steam blocking. And this is part of the issue that I was having, because I knit to dimensions and sizes that I want the garment to be, and then I wet block it and it's distorted. Now, the other argument is that I should know this already. I've swatched. I've been a good girl. I've swatched and I've blocked that swatch, and I do that. I honestly do. Sometimes, not every time. I'm not gonna lie. Half the time, I will swatch, and most of the time I will block that swatch. I'll wet block it in the sink, pin it out. But I don't know about you, but I also find that all being well and good, we've been good little knitters, we've swatched, we've wet blocked it, we've set it out, we've got our gauge, we know what it is. However, that's not the end of the story, is it? Because your gauge can change depending on your mood, the weather, like it can just change. And then I've also thought, surely versus a little swatch that we do, then you knit it up into a jumper, there's a lot of weight in that jumper, so that's going to distort the stitch size and definition purely through physics. Like, something this big isn't going to be the same weight as something this big. No? Am I wrong? So, anyway, yes, I do swatch. Yes, I do wash, block and dry my swatches, but that's not really the end of the story, is it? There's so many variables. Luckily, I don't mind things oversized. And most things are oversized anyway, because I'm only little. Yeah, I just thought I'd mention that elephant in the room again, but just don't come at me. Don't shout at me. It's like, you do you, boo, and I'll do me. It's fine. And at the end of the day, it's only a waste of my time, my money, my energy, and I don't really care, because I have determined that I am obviously a process knitter, not a project knitter, because I've been knitting for a few years now, and like I say, I haven't won anything yet. Literally nothing. So hopefully that will change soon. Right then, so rant over, blocking drama, let's move on. I've got a finished object here. So if you haven't watched last episode or previous episodes, just a quick recap. I burnt myself out with gift knitting, and one gift I made was for my other half, and it was a hat. I didn't like it while I was making it, but because it was gift knitting, I plodded on, did it regardless, knew I hated it, wasn't sure that he would like it either, but thought, sod it, I haven't got time, let's just carry on. And that was the wrong thing to do. I should have listened to my instincts. However, I did finish it, and he liked it, but it wasn't, but firstly I didn't like it, so I was like, no, bin it, you know me, bin it, don't even frog it, bin it. But so I made him basically, long story short, I've made him a new one. This isn't a pattern that I followed. When is it ever? I have made this up myself, nothing too fancy, and here it is. I apologise for the lighting, it's January, lighting is rubbish, I'm doing my best. So kind of is what it is. However, right then, let's go on to the hat. So I've got a kind of doubled over brim in stockinette, and then all over 2x2 rib. Super simple, yet super effective. So I've used Cascade 220 for both colours, and this is the non-superwash version. It's a worsted. It's worsted. Wait. And this colour is Aspen Heather, which is number 8011, and the green is Forest Green, absolutely gorgeous, and that is number 8267. I'll pop it on quickly. Obviously it's not going to fit me quite as well because it's not made for a me-sized head. Oh, and I've got my clip in. Right. That's okay, we can do this. It's only hair. Obviously there's a bit of extra going on up here because, like I said, it's made for a man's head, not a girl's head. But main thing is, he really likes it. So yeah, chuffed. Oh, here we go. Hat hair. Uno Memento. Let me put my clip back in. It was something like that, wasn't it? So yeah, happy bunny. You never know, one day I might write this one up as well. So easy. I didn't really understand how fabulous knitting hats is. They're so quick. I can make one in a week. And I'm a slow knitter. So yeah. Hey! It's not very often I'm happy, but lately I've been happy with hats. I should probably do more. Next up, that's all for finished objects. Quick roundup of whippos. I've got some socks on the go. Socks! I love socks. So I am a toe-up girl, and at the moment they're just vanilla, and I will be putting in a afterthought heel, and it'll be contrasted with the grey. Oh dear, I'll have to go on this side. I'm doing pretty well. So this was I don't even think I'd cast this on last time I saw you about 2 weeks ago, so good progress. The grey I'm using is Drops Nord in 04 Mixed Grey, and the pink is Cascade Heritage in Strawberry Cream, which is number 5648. And it's just like a really nice kind of ice creamy, pastel-y pink. Love pink. And I'm thinking of doing a design around the cuff. But yeah, super easy, super simple. Got my little stoppers on there. So that's those. Hopefully a bit more progress to show you next time, but yeah, that's what I've been working on. And I do 2.5mm needles. I'm not sure what that is in the US, so I'll have a look. Yeah, 2.5mm needles, and I actually do 72 stitches for socks for me. I've always done 64 because that seems to be like the norm for a lady, and I don't know, I've just never found them comfortable. They always seem a bit tight. So when I last made Dan some socks, I've always done his as a 72 stitch circumference on 2.5mm needles, and I just tried one on and I was like, ooh, this is much better. So this time I've gone 72 for myself. Obviously got chubby little trotters. They're small. I'm like a UK size 3.5. Obviously a bit chubby. Because when I do a 64, the fabric stretches a little bit and I don't like it. And I know there's meant to be some negative ease, but I think I still get that with a 72. Anyway, rambling on. That's my sock progress. Oh, love a sock project. It's just so quick and mindless and good TV knitting, and yeah, that's another note to self. Sock project on the go at all times. And then my final and favourite whip de la jour. Is that a thing? De jour, not de la jour, idiot. Favourite project du jour is, that's what you get for trying to be fancy, you look like an idiot. My cardigan in the love of my life, favourite yarn ever, which is Cascade 220 again, non-superwash version in golden kiwi, which is number 1070. I've made a bit of progress since I last saw you. I've separated for the sleeves now. So I'm on the bod. And what I tend to do is, here we go. It's really taking shape now. I will finish my current ball on the body, and then as soon as this one's finished, I'll go to sleeve, because I love knitting sleeves. I get body island rather than sleeve island, and it's just a bit more interesting because I've got this cable going from the corner. Hello, what's wrong with me today? From the shoulder. Corner. From the shoulder, it's going to go all the way down the front of the arm. But yes, excited for this one. As you all know, cannot wait. Working on it every single day. It's not a pattern, it's a me-made design. And I can't wait for it. Really can't wait for it. Very excited. And I think my next project, once this is going to be off the needles, my next garment is going to be another cardigan. I'm not really a fan generally of too much purling, but yeah, I've quite enjoyed the change in motion, and I do get a poorly wrist, potential carpal tunnel, so I think the change in the motions from knitting to purling helps with that, and my wrist doesn't get as sore. Is that a thing? Does anybody else agree? Disagree? I mean, I say I've done really well, but I'm saying I'd put this little progress keeper on from last time I saw you, but I put it on the arm, didn't I? And I haven't been working on the arm. Well done, Jen. Silly girl. So I'll have to rectify that next time. I'll put it on the body, and I'll show you proper progress next time, because it looks like I've done all but like an inch and a half. So yes, she's coming along nicely. It's a good mix of mindlessness and then a bit of something going on the sleeve. Now, a couple of things I just wanted to mention. As you know by now, I've got a little Etsy shop and I've got some new bits. So currently on my cardi, my needle stoppers are these, which are a bit of fun. Boom and pow. There we go. Now I have got them as a set of 2 of the boom, 2 of the pow, or a mismatch. Yeah, if you do or don't like mismatch things, I'm not sure. I think I'm on the matchy camp, but I'm not sure. So I thought I'd give the option, and yeah. So they're new. And then I've also got my favourites, which are the confetti stoppers, but I've got them in 2 sizes. So there's like a normal size one and a baby size one. So this is, the bigger one is, that's better, 15 millimeter diameter, and this one's 12. So these are 10 millimeter needles, and they fit fine. So both sizes will go up to a 10. I wouldn't say any bigger than that. I mean, you could probably squish the 15mm on a 12mm needle, but yeah, I mean, the little one's a bit snug, but it does the job. So that's on a 10mm needle, and then I just wanted to show you versus a 2.5mm needle. So these are my sock needles, and then obviously this is the 15mm diameter stopper versus the 12, just so you can get an idea of the size difference. But they both fit on needles from 2.5mm all the way up, I'd say, to a 10, which, does it say on here? I'm not very good at my conversions into US needle sizes. I must need to brush up on that. So yeah, yay. And I think that's it for today. So short and sweet. Let me know any more blocking suggestions, but don't shout at me. And tell me what you're working on. Do you love hats? Do you love socks? Do you love cardigans? Which is your favourite? Because I'm loving all three at the moment. I have only got these 2 projects on the needles right now. I'm not counting my half and half blanket because I haven't touched that in a while, and these have kind of taken over. And I think I'm probably just going to keep it as 2 projects, so like a small one like a hat or a sock, and then a garment, because it stops me from getting overwhelmed, but I've still got that variety. I might have cracked it, you know. She says. I'll see you next month when I'm crying. So yes, in love. Got my mojo back. Happy bunny. Hope you're happy bunnies too, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.